G'day YouTube, Jamie from Oz here. Well, today a bit of garden maintenance. This old push mower, it's looking like she's had a bit of wear, bit of use. I used some amalgamating tape to repair these spindles the other day because they were starting to break through. It looks like one day soon I might have to make some pins to support the back roller there. But more critical is, at the moment, she's not turning. So, this is one of those roadside specials. Cost us nothing, so we've got nothing to lose. From a permaculture point of view, the embedded energy in it is obviously its first manufacturer, and now if we can keep it running, we've got a very cheap tool for managing the garden. Here we go. Diving in. The side cap off, and it does look to be a fairly simple arrangement of a pinned shaft there. So we'll take that off next. A little bit of light persuasion and we'll get this off. We've got the ratchet gear, bit of old grease. There's probably a bit of play on that shaft there. There's a bit of play on that shaft there as well. And this is our main mower shaft. This sliding plate is just held on by this little dimple here, which I've just knocked flat. So, let's have a look at that off. This main roll is still feeling really tight, so I think next I'm going to have to undo these bolts here and so I got one of the nylocks off, but the other one is covered under this cover. And the only way I can get that cover off is to drop these pins out, which are these pins and springs, which drops all over our adjustment. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Let's make some more of those. Knock these roll pins out. 1, 2, and then that should clear the cover off for us to get access to those bolts. Ground silver steel rod, which we should be able to use to make up 10 new pins for the rollers. Just cut to length, drill tap ream to size, and then we'll probably either use a pin or a Loctite in there to hold those pins in place. And they'll sort of sit in like this. Alright, I managed to find pin punch. So now to take out these roll pins. Boating trick, but also zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance. If you lose that part, then you've got to try and find another one, which isn't necessarily that easy. Down to both. So that's good. Alright, so that should now allow this assembly to rotate up and out of the way of this pin and allow access to these. Now we have bearing, which is less duft, and I can take these last 3 nylocks out and get into it. A little bit of surface rust. We should be able to clean that up nice and easily. Lick of paint. There's nothing fatal in any of that. The handles are in good nick. One bearing still turns. The other one has got a little bit of motion, but it's pretty seized. So, what options do we have? Well, we could buy a new bearing. That'd cost money. So I'm going to see if I can use my electrolysis or my rust removal to actually free up this bearing, then just pack it liberally with grease, which should stop water getting back into it. And it's only a mower. Should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. Alright, so we cleaned the workbench up, and of course the first thing is workshop safety. So rather than have this flopping around and rolling around, it's nice and secure. I can now get to work on the bearing. The other bearing. That one seems like it still works. Okay, so it only took a couple of seconds with some inox, and second bearing's all nice and rolling around again. Now it is a sealed bearing, but obviously the seal at the side of it has had a bit of rust on it. It should be possible to pack a bit of grease inside there, which would slow down the re-rusting, hopefully. But yeah, that's the beautifuls. Alright, so these are the pins for the wheels, and they're essentially clamped between these two bolts, and one of them was loose. So I'm just going to take a file and clearance them down so that when the clamp is done up, that these wheel axles actually do hold up again properly. I've also got in my rusty potions box all kinds of tinctures and stuff. I think I shall try some metal prep. Or some deoxit. I think they're the same thing probably. Active ingredient, phosphoric acid. Let's see, what does it say here? Small areas, poison, do not eat. Anyway, this one's phosphoric acid. Let's give it a try. Alright, so it's starting to do its job. You can see red rust is turning into black rust. Usually you knock off all the flaky bits and pieces, which I've made a start on. But yeah, I'm just going to let it sit for a little while. Come back, probably hit it with a wire brush again. And then maybe then we'll be ready to put a coat of paint on it, stop it going rusty again. Yeah, maybe some reassemblage. I've just thrown the fittings in, which is basically having a bit of a go. You can see bubbles coming off. Maybe not. There you go. You see bubbles coming off. So the phosphoric acid's doing its job there. Getting rid of some of the rust and then converting the rest. Okay, so coming back a bit later, and it looks like our metal prep has done a pretty good job, on some bits at least. Might be time to consider a bit of paint. What do you reckon? Oh, hit it with a wire brush and see how we go. Alright, I just gave it a quick hit with the propane torch just to dry it all off a bit. Now I'll throw some paint on it. I've just given the pins a bit of a clean up. I've got my bolts. They're coming on together pretty nice as well. I've packed some grease into the bearings. Now ordinarily you wouldn't want sand and grease to come together, but here it's kind of a best of a bad situation. Bit of corrosion protection on the other bits, now that I've given them a bit of a tidy up. So might last a little bit. And then we're just waiting for that all to touch off and dry. That's not too bad actually. Very nice. Give another hour in the sun, I reckon. What about this one? I'll give that a burst at the other side. I do love this hammer tone finish. Just need to cut a couple of short pieces of metal and then drill these holes out. Alright, so time to christen these that Bruce got me. It's a split point, very nice drill. Sizing up the hole. Yeah. It's a 10. So I'm expecting to drill through at 10 and then just go up 1/2 mil at a time. try and just open them up slowly. So that's it. That's a finished job. Stainless steel pins, 12mm, test fit. Lovely. So that's that pit, finished and ready to go. Maybe a bit of a clean up. Go and see if the paint's dried on those other bits and put it all back together. Lovely. Alright, so we've got some beautiful weather out here in sunny Western Australia on this public holiday. So there's no reason not to be comfortable. Make sure you can still see. Excellent. Alright. One of the issues we want to resolve is these pins for the wheels were loose. Okay. I'm going to hit that there, bend it out. I wonder if that's just because they're rusting. Feels better. Same side. Alright, so then we're going to prepare our nuts and bolts, which we've had soaking in our concoction. Up to the job. I guess we'll give it a show. Now, which is our leading and which is our trailing? Does it even really matter? Okay. So this is the front. So if this is the front, then it means we want our blade this way. something like that. Given the nature of the beast, I'm going to put the new bolts at the back, which is the clamp between. So that if there's any strength left in them, that's the strength that we've got. And then if these ones are just for show, well, that's okay. Oh no, I've chipped the paint. Alright, that's solid, that's solid. Well, that's great. And that's solid too. Alright. Tighten these two up.
Sounds nice and ready, doesn't it? Almost sounds like a V8. So if you're on the track, these front bolts do break. Doesn't actually look like they're the critical ones anyway. Alrighty then. Gosh golly. Lovely. Right, so that's looking across. Ready to get it right way around. I did! I got it right way around. Woohoo! So, suppose, got a handle over there, we've got a cutter, and some wheels. What do you reckon? That'd be really good.
did I do that the wrong way around? I did do that the wrong way around. Goodness me. Getting cocky at my old age. Alright. Now, young players, remember what I showed you in the earlier part of the video? How not to do this. Alright. What does it actually cost us? What have we actually lost here? There'll be something that's not going to work. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, I can always put it in afterwards, I guess. If I get myself another one. Either that or I go and take a trip around to Uncle Bruce's. See if he's got any roll pins I can snaffle through one of them. Alright, here's the other one. Or I could put a bolt through, I suppose. That's what you're meant to do. Saves you all this heartache and headache. Oh, I wouldn't have believed that. Not even if I'd seen it on YouTube. Alright, one down.
beautiful. Alright. So fun. I did it again, didn't I? Oh dear. This time, there's another pinion. Okay. Alright, back in the ice. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Nice little resto jockey. That goes up inside here too. So, it's pretty tan. It looks almost Hollywood. Check that out. Right. I need to be careful not to chop a finger as well. I must install springs. Spring. When I first got this mower, one of these was missing. And I had another mower. It was worn out, but it had these bits, so this is also a Frankie mower part 3. Alright. Very nice. You know you want that. So, other than this little beastie here, let's sort of another metric box. your mates. Let's find you, brother. Going to bash this other one out because I'm going to replace it with a bolt. Rain, it's wet first, really. So, as my lovely wife has so kindly pointed out, it's not time to look at those things.
This is opera, love. They're all fat.
Why?
Time!
Does that need screws? Oh, just use it.
looks fantastic. And the reason we were doing that was, of course, so we could mow the lawn.
About 5 hours ago.
Yeah, it was 5 hours ago. Thanks to the super application job, I can even mow one-handed. So there you go. I think if it takes that long to fix it up next time, I'm going to buy myself a ride-on.